but I think her thing says yeah, I'm the only successful. But she's yeah. Yes. I don't know. I can't think of what they're called. But yes, Caitlin, yeah, dark hair, brown.
I was just like, stand up by the, like outside and refile the email.
Where you going? Where you going?
I was told no. Anything that they would. Me too. We need to speak for songs. Susie always makes the one she felt represented that song almost. She had a different song. And then we haven't done it. So I think we should make it. We can do Star Wars live. Fight. output. The streaming part. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
No, it's okay.
Welcome to our 7th annual pinning ceremony. Before we begin the ceremony, I ask that you please make sure your phones are silenced. I am Dr. Margaret Farley, Vice President of the Douglas campus, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. Again, welcome, and we are glad you're here to celebrate this special nursing ceremony with us today. Today's pinning ceremony is a long-standing tradition for nursing students who are about to graduate from their nursing program. The purpose of this event is to honor and celebrate their perseverance, their dedication, grit, soft skills that will serve them well in the field. This ceremony also signifies the completion of their associate degree in nursing and official initiation into the profession of nursing. The nursing pin itself is a special emblem that represents the nursing school the student attended, and more profoundly, it symbolizes service to others and a commitment to the nursing profession. Thank you all for being here to support and acknowledge the hard work, dedication, and sacrifices each of these students have made during their nursing education. Now I would like to introduce those on the stage. First, Ms. Casey Powell, Director of the Nursing Program here at EWC. Ms. Amber Salmon. Dr. Jennifer Boxberger. Ms. Velvet Laughlin. And Dr. Jeffrey Haas, President of EWC. I would also like to recognize and welcome members of the EWC Cabinet. Please stand and recognize when I announce your name. Dr. Debbie Ockyer, she's the Executive Dean of Academics. And Lisa Johnson, Executive Director of the EWC Foundation. I would also like to introduce Board of Trustee members, Randy Adams, and Charles Murphy. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon's pinning ceremony. It is an honor to have with us Velvet Laughlin. Velvet, you're welcome to. Yes. Velvet is a registered nurse and nursing graduate of Casper College. She also has a bachelor's degree in biology from the University of Wyoming. Velvet is the director, administrator, and owner of All About Family Incorporated. All About Family provides a range of supportive care services in Casper, Wyoming, and surrounding areas. These services include adult daycare, skilled nursing, community living, which promotes independence and integration. All About Family also owns and operates a home health care agency offering skilled nursing and home health aid services to individuals of all ages and care requirements within their own home. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Ms. Velvet Laughlin.
Thank you, Eastern Wyoming College ABN Class of 2025, for having me be here as part of your pinning ceremony, a tradition that can be traced back to the 12th century. I am honored to be here today to celebrate the spectacular accomplishments that all of you have worked so hard to achieve. To become a nurse is a huge accomplishment and will be one of the biggest adventures of your life and those close and around you. As I stand here today, I see a group of individuals excited, nervous, full of hope and aspirations, and ready to take on the world to become good nurses. I couldn't love this view anymore. I want to ask you to take a moment to look around and soak in everyone here that supports you and all that you have accomplished and is for cheering you on each and every day. The faces of your family and friends that have helped you get here to where you are today. The faces of your classmates and your instructors reflect a shared journey that you have undertaken. It is hard to believe right now, but in 20 years from now, you will not remember much about this moment. You have spent countless hours in classrooms, labs, and clinical settings. You have faced challenges that have tested your limits, and we can all attest that nursing school is one of the most overwhelming and trying things that we will ever do. But you have emerged stronger, wiser, and more prepared than ever to embrace the responsibilities and the journeys that lie ahead. You made it. You conquered late night study sessions, early morning clinicals, and countless cups of coffee. More caffeine than what may be humanly possible. I mean, at this point, your veins must have more espresso in them than blood. I remember those days when you thought you might actually pass out from sleep deprivation in the middle of class or clinicals, or maybe you did. The nights when you were convinced that you would never understand the difference between systolic and diastolic, or how to say a generic medication. But trust me, that does not get any easier. And yet, here you are, ready to embrace a future that is brighter than a fluorescent light in a hospital room. Nursing is not just a profession, it's a calling. A calling that requires a unique blend of intellect, empathy, and resilience. You will be the advocates for those who cannot speak for themselves, and even those who will yell so much that their voice will not be heard. You will be the comforter for those in pain. You will be the educators for those seeking knowledge about their health, and pretty much everyone around you who knows you're a nurse. Trust me, you will hear from everyone. You will know everything, and they will be asking you for advice. Most of the time, things you really don't want to know about. But all of these people will trust in you with their help. I do offer one little bit of suggestion. Make sure you remind all of those that you give advice to throughout the year that you gladly welcome gift cards to coffee shops during the next nurses week. As you have already learned in nursing school, that basically we all survive off of caffeine. You are about to embark on a journey where every single day you will have the opportunity to make a significant impact in the lives of people that you take care of. Sometimes you may make a bigger impact on the families of those that you are caring for than your actual patients. And you may never know the impact that you have made on a family member or your patients, or how much they trust you and fully depend on you. One of the best things about being a nurse is building relationships with entire families and being the impact for making their entire support system taken care of. Gaining the trust of your patients and their families is one of the best feelings and accomplishments as a nurse. Being a nurse, there will be so many different emotions that you will experience. There will be a lot of happy, but there will be also many times of exhaustion, overwhelmed, sad, frustration, and upset. And trust me, sometimes these emotions happen more than you want to admit. But always just stop and take a few seconds to remember that if you're feeling this way, so is your patient and their support systems as well. During these hard times, remember how you feel right now sitting in these seats. The feeling of wanting to conquer the world and to help everyone. Being full of energy and hope. These feelings you are feeling now are important to try to keep with you always, so that you can be the change that is not just needed with your patient, but also in the world. It is easy to forget the feelings that you feel when you first become a nurse, but these feelings are some of the most important to keep your head up and your patient's heads up, and most importantly, take care of yourself. I am sure everyone has heard and knows there is a huge burnout in the nursing field. I can't stress enough to each and every one of you that, and your support systems, we are here with you today, to take your mental health seriously. It is easy to follow the money and pick up the extra shifts and take on the PRN jobs, but ensuring that you are mentally healthy and do not overdo it is the most important. Remember, you are important. And if you haven't learned how to say no yet, learn it now. Stand in front of your mirror and say no. Have your family and friends repeatedly ask you something over and over and over, and tell them no. For those of you that have teenage kids, I'm sure you're already experts at this by telling them no. So thank them, because they may help you mentally in your nursing career. The ability to say no may be one of the most important things to know. This sounds like something so simple, but the inability to stand up and say no will prove to be one of the hardest feats of your career. You can't be successful in caring for other people if you are not taking care of yourself. Remember to keep your word, not only to your patients, but also to yourself. If you tell a patient you are going to check on something, do it, and then let them know that you have done it. If you tell yourself you're going to do something, stick to that as well. Self-care is a good thing and very important. Keep yourself accountable to not only your patients, but to yourself. Continue to seek knowledge, attend workshops, accept criticism, and engage in discussions with your peers and your superiors. The best nurses are those who never stop learning and never stop asking questions and will never stop striving to improve. Do not be afraid to ask questions. But while you pursue knowledge and skills, do not forget the power of compassion. Remember that every patient is a person with a story, a family, and dreams. Take the time to listen, look them in the eye, and try to understand what the person is needing. Take the time to care. Take just 5 minutes to ask your patient about themselves, something that you can use to make a connection and put yourself in their shoes. Your ability to connect with your patients will be what sets you apart from other nurses. Empathy is a powerful tool. Use it wisely and generously. As you take your first steps as nurses, do not be afraid to speak up. Advocate for your patients, your colleagues, your profession itself, and you. Always trust your gut. The voice of nurses is strong and needs to be heard. You have the power to create positive change within healthcare. Whether it is through policy advocacy or improving patient care practices, your voices matter. Do not underestimate the impact that you have. You guys are the future. There are so many great things about the nursing profession, but I will always say one of the most amazing things about the profession of nursing is you have so many choices to choose from in nursing. Even after you have chosen something initially to start your career in, the great thing is you can change your mind in the field if that is not right for you. There are hundreds of fields needing nurses. Sometimes the field you initially think you want to go into isn't the field after you've experienced it that's the best fit for you, or the one that you want to stay in. And the ones that you're not sure you want to be in are the ones that you end up loving and spending the rest of your career in. I have been a nurse for 21 years, and I will never forget when I was in nursing school and we picked up our last rotations. I absolutely did not want anything to do with home health. I was going to be a psych nurse. I was dead set on that, and that was that. The idea of going into a patient's home was absolutely nothing I wanted any part of. That seemed horrible to me. Something that I would never want to do. The thought of going into a person's home that I did not know and immediately not have the backing of another medical professional right there sounded super scary and did not want to do it. However, fast forward a little over a year after I graduated, I didn't say no. And I got talked into taking one patient in home health, and then another, and then a few years later, I was spending countless hours starting my own home health agency. What I thought I would hate the most is what I loved the most about home health. Now I can't imagine myself in any other type of nursing, and I am baffled that it is something I had no desire to do when I was in school. What I feel is important to get across with this story is it is to keep an open mind and always be willing to try new opportunities within the field that may be uncomfortable or not where you see yourself, because you may find that's where your heart is. And your heart will change over time based on your current life situations. So finding where your heart is in this field is what will help to ensure that you continue to love what you do and make sure you are able to take care of yourself, because ultimately that is the most important thing. As a nurse, each patient you care for will leave an impression on your heart, and you will leave an impression on theirs. Strive to be the lasting impression of compassion. There will be those patients that you will have fun stories that you will never forget. The gross and disgusting ones you wish you could forget. And those patients you will have heartbreaking stories you will always remember for a totally different reason. Your firsts in all the things are the ones that can get you in so many different ways. One of my favorite little ladies was 60 years old. She was all of 4 feet 6 inches tall. I actually felt tall next to her. She was a little spitfire who was born with Down syndrome and didn't miss a beat, flirting with every guy who came around, whistling at them, calling them handyman, and calling them over to her to flirt. She loved to let the staff, or as she called them, the little kids, know exactly what she thought. She was convinced 100% that if somebody had a tattoo, they were in a gang. No changing her mind. but she wanted nothing more than just to give a hug and a kiss. She was the most fun and amazing lady who I had the pleasure of taking care of for 5 years. She was a family member. Having her around was one of the favorite parts of my job. I loved coming in the mornings to her kiss, her hug and her kiss right smack dab on my chest every morning, and the I love you velvet. She couldn't say her V's, so I was always velvet. But then came one of the worst parts of my job, calling her sister to let her know of her sudden passing. It was devastating. I was heartbroken and something I will never forget. It still brings me to tears just to think of it. I can still remember the entire conversation, where I was when I made the call, who I was with, and even the weather that night. These moments, although hard, help you to grow not only as a nurse but as a human. They are humbling experiences and make you treasure what you have already more than you did. My favorites are the hard to win over patients. Depending on the field of nursing that you go into, will make these patients all different. I can't help but give an extra care to the patient who wants to be mad. While it may seem that they want to be mad at the nurse, the reality is, generally, that is not the case. Much of the time, they are just scared and frustrated. After doing 5 years of psychiatric nursing, I found these patients to be my most favorite, and the ones who so desperately needed an advocate, a listening ear, and somebody to follow through with what they say they're going to do. Today, as you are pinned, remember this is not just an end. It is a new beginning. You stand on the threshold of a rewarding career. Remember the passion that drove you to become a nurse. Hold on to that passion tightly, for it will be the guiding light in the times of darkness. In closing, I want to leave you with a thought. The road ahead may not be easy, but it will always be worth it. Each of you have the potential to transform many lives. Each of you has the power to heal. Embrace this journey with open hearts and open minds. Believe in yourself and in your ability to make a difference. You are the future of healthcare, and I have no doubt you will rise to this occasion. Go forth with courage, compassion, and commitment to excellence. Your journey as nurses begins today, and the world awaits your greatness. And to my sister Tiffany, I am so proud of your determination and strength, and pushing through all the challenges you have faced to get to this day with grace and resilience. You are always going above and beyond to be a great role model for everyone around you. You never gave up on your dream, and you're truly inspiring to so many women. You are going to rock this nursing thing. Thank you for having me here as you embark on your special new journey. I hope that I have the opportunity to meet each and every one of you someday in the field, and I look forward to hearing the success that you have had as a nurse. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Velvet, for those encouraging words and sage advice to our new nurses who are going out into the field. Next, I would like to introduce Ms. Casey Powell. She's the Director of Nursing here. Please help me welcome Ms. Powell, who will provide the Director's Address to our graduating nursing students.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As we continue this celebration, I'd like to take a moment to recognize that we're gathered here during National Nurses Week, rather fitting. So to my colleagues on stage, to those nurses out in the audience, you're some of the most dedicated, compassionate, and resilient people I know. So it's an honor to be in this profession with you. I'd also like to take a moment to honor some other very special people in the audience today. To all the mothers and grandmothers with us, thank you for your love, strength, and wisdom. It continues to touch every generation. Happy Mother's Day to you. Graduates, what a pleasure it is to stand before you today, not just as your nursing director, but as someone who deeply believes in the power of what you're about to do. Today isn't just about finishing school, it's about stepping into your purpose. It's about the beginning of your legacy. You've studied hard, you've passed exams, you've survived clinicals, late nights, and probably more than a few breakdowns. But you made it. And now you're stepping into one of the most meaningful, challenging, and impactful careers in the world. You may not feel ready. That's okay. I don't know that any of us ever completely do. But I'd like to let you guys in on a little secret. You don't have to be perfect to make a difference. You just have to show up. Show up with compassion, with courage, and with the heart that brought you to nursing in the first place. Because one nurse, just one, can change a life. One calm voice in chaos, one steady hand in crisis, and one advocate in a room where no one else wants to speak up. That nurse could be you. You might think that impact like this takes years, but it starts now. It starts the first time you truly see a patient. The first time you listen, not just to respond, but to understand. The first time you offer kindness, when it costs you nothing but means everything. There will be tough days. Days you're exhausted, days you want to quit, days you wonder, am I really making a difference? But let me promise you this. Someone will always remember you. Not for your charting or your ID skills, although those are important. They'll remember how you made them feel. You made them feel safe. You made them feel seen. And you made them feel human. So don't just go out there and get a job. Go out and have a calling. Let your career be driven not just by knowledge, but by purpose. Let every day be an opportunity to leave a mark on your patients, on your teams, and on this profession we all love. You are the future of nursing, and that future gets brighter because of all of you. Congratulations, class of 2025. Now go out there and change lives.
Next, Ms. Ammon Salmon, nursing faculty, will now lead the nursing students in the nursing prayer. Amber? Emerson?
May this prayer I'm about to lead not just be words that we listen to, but let them resonate within each one of us. You guys are welcome to read with me. Lord, please help me to bring comfort where there is pain, courage where there is fear, hope where there is despair, acceptance when the end is near, and to touch gentle, tenderness, patience, and love. Amen.
Thank you, Amber. All right, please welcome Tiffany Rayner, President of the EWC Student Nurses Association, to the podium. All right, let me pull this up here.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tiffany, and I am the president of our Student Nurses Association. It's both an honor and honestly a little surreal to be standing here today. Not in scrubs, not holding a clipboard, and not clutching a coffee or bread bowl like it's a life-saving claim to them. Today, we're not racing through clinicals or cramming before exams. We're here to pursue, reflect, celebrate everything that we've accomplished together. We started this journey with wide eyes and shaky hands. And I'm not just talking about the first time we practiced getting an injection on those oddly textured rubber pads that were somehow meant to resemble human skin. I think we all remember that first day at clinical, showing up way too early. Hearts pounding, pockets overflowing with beer, looking less like students and more like over-prepared nursing supplies. We thought we were ready for anything until someone realized they forgot their stethoscope, their name badge, or even their scrub top. Since then, we've survived exams that made us question our sanity, group projects that tested our communication skills, and maybe our friendships, and skill checkoffs that we had to rehearse on mannequins like we were preparing for prom. And let's be honest, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I will still hold my breath when I hear the word. But we've come a long way. Nursing school has taught us more than we've ever expected, and not just from the pages of a textbook. It's taught us how to care, really care, for people when they're at their most vulnerable. It's shown us that sometimes the most healing thing that we can do is offer not medication or a procedure, but simply being present. It's taught us how to show up, even when we're exhausted, overwhelmed, or doubting ourselves. How to listen, not just with our ears, but with our hearts. How to advocate fiercely, even when our voices shake, like mine is right now. And how to lead with empathy, because nursing isn't just what we do, it's who we are becoming. Clinicals brought their own kind of education. We learned how to walk a fine line between professionalism and genuine compassion. How to comfort patients, even during awkward moments. And how to keep a straight face when that situation absolutely called for anything but. You guys know the ones I'm talking about, right? I had the privilege of watching this class grow, not just in skill, but in heart. I see you show up for each other without being asked, lend a hand when someone was overwhelmed, and offer encouragement on the days it felt like it didn't keep going. I've seen quiet leadership in the way you comfort a classmate before a checkup, and loud laughter that got us through some of the longest days. We didn't just learn about how to be nurses, we learned how to be a team. To our instructors and preceptors, some are out here in the audience, thank you. You challenged us when we wanted to coast. You supported us when we doubted ourselves. And you reminded us often when we needed it most that we are capable of more than we think. You didn't just teach us skills and protocols, you modeled what it means to be thoughtful, ethical, and compassionate caregivers. You held us to high standards, not making things harder, but because you believed that we could rise and we did. Your patience, your tough love, and your endless knowledge have shaped the kind of nurses that we are becoming, and we are deeply grateful. We carry your lessons with us, not just in our practice, but who we are as future nurses. To our family and loved ones, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all your sacrifices you've made for us so we could chase this dream. Whether you were quizzing us with flashcards, watching your kids during class or clinicals, or simply being there when we needed to cry, we needed to vent, or we just needed some space. Your support carried through more than you will ever know. You adjusted your lives so we could build ours. You believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves, and you reminded us why we started when we felt like giving up. This pin doesn't just represent our hard work, it represents yours too. We may be the ones wearing it, but it belongs to you just as much. To my fellow graduates, this pin means more than just finishing a program. It represents every early morning and late night, every lab and simulation hour, 152 of them each year, every clinical hour, 460. Every tear, every laugh, and every sacrifice. It represents the moments that we wanted to give up but didn't, the times we held each other up when it felt impossible, and a deep belief that what we are doing really does matter. We didn't just survive nursing school, we became nurses in the truest sense of the word, and we've earned it, all of it, together, all 11 of us. We're entering a profession that is humbling and heroic. It asks for our knowledge, our heart, and sometimes, when nothing else matters or works, our sense of humor. But beyond technical skills and protocols, nursing is about people. It's about the connections we make, the trust we build, and the compassion we offer when it's most needed. Today we're not just a class. We're a unified team. 2 schools, 2 towns. Learning together, supporting each other throughout every challenge. We've come together today. And now, we're leaving here as individuals, as a family of nurses, ready to face the world and make a difference. I couldn't be more proud to walk into this profession alongside of each and every one of you. Together we've earned this moment, and together we will continue to rise to every challenge, celebrate every success, and always remember the journey that brought us together. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2025. Let's go be great nurses we've worked so hard to become. And let's do it with the passion, the compassion, and the laughter that we've shared along the way. Thank you.
For that heartfelt address. Now, Ms. Salmon and Dr. Boxberger will share some of their class accolades respectively.
Today, we gather not just to celebrate our nursing practice, but also to celebrate nurses. During this week, nurses are often compared to superheroes. The Justice League of Healthcare and the Avengers of Vital Signs. You see, while Batman has gadgets, Superman has laser vision, Spider-Man has sticky hands, nurses have something even more powerful. Charting skills, vein-finding superpowers, the ability to function with little to no sleep, and a sixth sense for when a patient is about to push the call button again. Unlike most superheroes, nurses don't wear capes, mostly because infectious control says that's a bad idea. But we wear scrubs and stethoscopes and that tired, determined look of someone who's worked 12-hour shifts in a row and still manages to smile. So as we celebrate the fearless and compassionate and slightly caffeine-addicted warriors who are about to go save lives, one shift, one chart, and one coffee at a time, I thought I would share with you the superpowers these graduates have shown me. Ashley. Ashley has the ability to make everyone around her feel good. Every cell in her body is that of a caregiver. She has fed her classmates and me more times than I can count, checks in frequently with everyone just to make sure they're doing well, proofreads papers, the list is endless. She does all of this while juggling her family, her job, and her own schoolwork. Ashley, you make the lives of your patients and your coworkers better, no matter what path you decide to go on. Please remember to be as generous and nurturing yourself as you are with all those around you. Sydney. Sydney came to the first day of nursing school with absolutely no clue what she had signed up for. I thought we may lose her when we were discussing, I was. But she adapted. Flexibility is a key attribute in nursing. Within one shift, many things change frequently, and sometimes in critical ways, life and death. Sydney takes it all in stride. The only giveaway that she may be a little bit nervous is the intense shade of crimson that her face keeps inspired. Sydney, you can do hard things, even endless. Keep your adaptability, it will serve you well. Claire. Claire is funny. She has a way of looking at things that may be unusual, but is always insightful and lightens the mood. It takes incredible self-confidence to be vulnerable. Claire allows herself to be flawed in the best way, and because of that, she puts others at ease that they may not be perfect either. Claire in the ER, neither you nor your patients will be perfect. Finding appropriate humor in dark times is a gift, and I think you will find it to anyone. I would have thought apple pie making would be this next person's gift, but alas, I think it's just an extra talent. Emma's true nursing power is consistency. Whether it is her oddly font-like print or the high bar she sets for herself academically, you can always count on Emma. No matter which path you choose to go down, they're going to be lucky to have you. But Emma, stay true to yourself. Know that that others always draw strength from you. Caitlin is tenacious. Once her mind is set, it's best to step to the side because she will find a way to get what she's after. She's not afraid to fight for what she believes, and our advocacy is a core tenet of nursing. This trait can be of great value. Caitlin, pick your battles carefully. Remember, don't fight to be right, fight because you're right. Tiffany. Some people go through things in life that make them mean and hard, while others develop deep empathy. Tiffany is the latter. She has earned every ounce of understanding she has for the feelings and experiences of others. Allowing yourself to be open to experiencing the emotions of others will help you change lives, but can take a toll on your well-being. Slow down sometimes, take a breath, and enjoy your chickens. Then there's quiet, unassuming Becca. Your power is stealth. So many evenings you have sat quietly in class, leaving me to wonder if you were bored, uninterested, or both. But I have come to realize that you were absorbing. This past year, I've seen you explode with understanding and grow into the capable and confident ICU nurse you were always meant to be. Second, keep learning, ask questions, and share what you know with the students who will come behind you. As you all close this chapter and step into the next, remember this. Nursing is more than a career, it is a calling. It's a choice to show up, to care deeply, and to make a difference in moments both big and small. You've studied and sacrificed and grown into the kind of professional this world needs now more than ever. There will be long shifts, hard days, and moments where you question everything. But there will also be lives changed, comfort given, and hope restored because you showed up. I'll leave you with one quote. Save one life and you're a hero. Save 100 lives and you're a hero. Congratulations, ladies.
Today is more than just a ceremony. It's the moment we pause, take a breath, and look at the road that brought us here. It's a celebration of many late nights, some early mornings, too much caffeine, nervous breakdowns, and so many unforgettable moments. The nursing pin represents something so much bigger than surviving tests or checking off assignments. It represents heart, grit, growth, and a commitment to showing up for people on their hardest days. Some nursing classes feel like a crowd, but this one, it felt like a group of friends on a mission. Just 4 students, each totally different, each bringing something special. Somehow it just worked, and here you are at the finish line, about to become nurses. When I started teaching this cohort, I had no idea that I'd be greeted with 4 of the most unique personalities. Each of you brought your own spark, sometimes fire, to our classroom, and I want to take a moment to celebrate that. Kylene, you are our wild card. We never quite knew what you were going to say, but we always knew you were going to say it. Immediately, no filter, no hesitation, just pure, uncut honesty. You keep things real in the best way. And let me tell you, when you finally got a concept that I was teaching, your face would light up with a glorious mix of shock and pride. And we all knew in that moment you were about to explain exactly how that made sense in your brain. Your energy and authenticity are unforgettable. You're going to do amazing on the medical floor. You're quick on your feet, sharp when it counts, and never afraid to speak up, which is exactly what you want in a med-surg nurse. You'll walk into a room, crack a joke that makes everybody laugh, and then still catch the smallest detail no one noticed. Your patients will feel comfortable and cared for, and your team will know that they can count on you. You don't pretend to be anyone else. You're unapologetically you, and that's exactly what makes you so refreshing to be around. You'll bring the same genuine energy to your patients, making them feel seen and heard when they need it the most. Your authenticity isn't just a strength, it will make you the kind of nurse that people remember long after you left their care. And Alyssa, you're an eternal optimist and the queen of the group quiz campaign. Every single test or quiz day, every single one, I barely walk in the door before hearing you ask, group quiz today? And honestly, your persistence was admirable. You're one of those people that just makes everything feel a little lighter simply by being around. You're kind, gentle, and one of the most genuine people I've ever met. No matter how busy and stressed you were, balancing work, school, and everything in between, you showed up and gave your best effort every time. You're going to be the kind of nurse every patient hopes they'll get. You're going to do amazing in the ER. You're calm under pressure, know how to juggle 100 things at once without missing a beat. You're the type of person who can keep your cool in chaos, advocate for your patients, and still make time to offer a reassuring smile. You'll be the calm in the storm and the quiet strength that both your patients and coworkers will count on. And Lorena. You're the one who reminds us all of what strength really looks like. Somehow you managed to carry the weight of life, family, being a mom, and school all at once. We saw it all. The days when you were there, running on fumes, stressed out, maybe even wondering what you signed up for, but you kept going. There were days I knew you wanted to give up, but you didn't. You showed up, tired, stressed, and sometimes quiet, but always determined. When life was chaotic, you stayed the course. Your ability to keep going, to push through when it would have been easier to walk away, says everything about the kind of nurse and person that you are. Your patients will trust you the minute you walk into the room, not only because you're clinically sharp, but because you get it. You understood the struggle, sacrifice, and what it means to fight for something bigger than yourself. That'll make you the kind of nurse people remember and talk about long after you've left their care. The medical floor is going to be lucky to have you, not because you're capable, but because you bring a realness to people that people can connect with. You don't just show up, you show up for people. And Tiffany. Tiffany, you are a bold, talkative, full of life, class voice. Let's be honest, there was never a quiet day with you around, and thank goodness for that. You brought the energy, the questions, the conversation, and somehow kept us all engaged and awake when we needed it the most. But behind all that personality is a huge heart. You're one of the kindest, most compassionate people. You care deeply not just about your patients, but about your classmates, your instructors, your family, and anyone lucky enough to be around you. You are working way more than a full-time job, juggling life and school like it was no big deal, and still managed to show up and earn this degree, and soon your bachelor's. That takes more strength and dedication than most people realize. And what's even more impressive is that no matter how much you had going on, you were fully committed to everything that you did. Whether it was clinicals, class, a work shift, or being there for someone who needed you, you gave it your all every single time. I have no doubt that wherever your nursing career takes you, they're in for something special. As you all are about to take the next step in your nursing journey, remember that this is just the beginning. The road ahead might not always be easy, but you've already proven you have what it takes to face any challenge. You worked hard, supported each other, and never gave up, even when it felt like the world was asking a little bit too much. That kind of perseverance is exactly what makes you exceptional nurses and incredible people. So as you move forward into your careers, take with you everything you've learned, not just from textbooks or lectures, but from each other, from laughter, from the struggles, and from the determination that got you here today. I have no doubt that the future is bright for all of you, and I can't wait to see the impact that you'll make. So take a moment to be proud of everything you achieved. I'm so proud to have the privilege of teaching each and every one of you. Congratulations, you earned everybody's success, and the best is yet to come.
All right, now we've all been waiting for the painting ceremony itself. So with that, I'll hand it over to Casey.
Students, please come forward when your name is being called. After the student has settled on the stage, I'll then call the name of the person or persons who will be pinning you. And then the class, please feel free to come up closer and take a picture if you'd like. Alyssa Bullington. Alyssa has taken a position at Wyoming Medical Center in the ER. She is being pinned today by her father, Jeremy Bullington. Crawford. Although Caitlin hasn't accepted a position yet, she does aspire to be a life flight nurse someday. She is being pinned today by her husband Brett and sons Hunter and Grayson. Sydney has taken a position in the operating room at St. Anthony's North in Westminster, Colorado. And she's being pinned today by her mother, Julie, and her father, Larry. Rebecca Food. Rebecca has taken a position at Regional West Medical Center in the ICU and will soon finish her BSN at the University of Wyoming. Becca is being pinned today by her sisters Elena and Liz. Tiffany Gardner. Tiffany has accepted a position in behavioral health at Regional West Medical Center. She'll also be working at Monument Rehab and Care Center, all in South Club. She is being pinned today by her sons Blake and Gage. Emma Johnson. Emma is still exploring some different options for work and a place to live. She does want to become a labor and delivery nurse, which coming from a labor and delivery nurse, I say yes. She is being pinned today by her mother Melissa and her father Tim. Kylie Johnson. Kylie has accepted a position on the medical floor at Wyoming Medical Center, and she is being pinned today by her husband, Larry. Marina Locastro. Marina has accepted a position on the medical floor at Wyoming Medical Center. In the future, she would like to also become a labor and delivery nurse. She is being pinned today by her son Landon, who will be accompanied by Marina's husband John, and other children Mackenzie, Jackson, and Layton. Merchant. Claire has accepted a position at Regional West Medical Center in the emergency room. She would also like to be rich and own mamas when she grows up. She is being pinned today by her husband Garrett and daughter Sage. Ashley's future plans are yet to be determined. She does have numerous job offers, so we know she'll pick the one closest for her. Ashley's being pinned today by her husband Richie and children Elena, Thomas, and Helen. And last but not least, Tiffany Rayner. Tiffany's future plans are undecided, but she will graduate next week with her BSN from the University of Wyoming. And she's being pinned today by her daughter, Hope.
Okay, graduates, please take the candle out from under your seat. The lighting of the lamp represents the lit lamp of hope used by Florence Nightingale during the Crimean War at Scutari, where she tirelessly cared for injured soldiers during the night. She gave notoriety and inspired Henry Wadsworth Longfellow to immortalize her in the poem Santa Filomena. A lady with a lamp shall stand. In the great history of the land, a noble type of good, heroic woman and manhood. Graduates, please rise with your lights. All nurses in attendance and nursing students, please stand and join me in reciting the pledge. In full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to care for the sick with all skill and understanding that I possess. Without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to preserve quality of life, alleviate suffering, and to promote health as a growing practice. I respect all kinds of dignity and beliefs for patients in my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action which may endanger my life or health. I will undertake my professional life with knowledge, skill, and practice. And it was historic concentration on honors and I will do my best to honor the international ethics, art to mercy, and to uphold the integrity of the profession. Now the students will share a recap of their time in the program with the following slideshows.
Before we close this ceremony, I'd like to thank Wonka Jaime for her gift of technology, ensuring everything was good to go. Also Stephanie Fletcher and Sherry Warren, Carrie Stewart for jumping in where we needed help. We appreciate it. It takes a team to pull this off. This could not happen without all your help and assistance. Graduates, in honor of your hard work, we welcome you into the amazing and rewarding profession of nursing. Please join us for a reception in the student area. Our ceremony is now finished, and thank you all for coming.